Thank you very much. Now, problems and perspectives. You refer to the big plain, which was 5 million stramas. That's what the older ones will say, but younger ones will say 4.5. We have therefore 5 million stramas. Which is 12.5% of the agricultural land of our country, or at least the one that used to exist. And it provided 20% of the added value of the rural production in our country. This is very, very important. The Thessaly plain comprises 2.5 million acres of field lands and another 2.5 sloping lands. The bigger problem of Thessaly is the huge decrease in value added. Now, the first reason is the tremendous decrease of irrigated lands, which are amounting to about 1 million stramas less than comparing to the previous number mentioned, and the abandonment of mountainous lands that at a percentage of 95% comprised of durum wheat and barley. Behind both of these problems, there is another timeless 40-year problem, namely the serious degradation of soils due to what we call monoculture. An example of sloping lands is the sloping formations in the Larissa-Pharsala route, which is more than 500,000 stramas. This is an area that we have studied extensively. Now, let's see what happened in Greece. This is a really sad image. There is an abandonment of sloping lands because they are the ones where wheat and barley are cultivated. And you see a continuous decrease of 2 million stramas per decade. These are evidence provided by the Ministry of Agricultural Development. Such a reduction is also reflected in Thessaly. The black line is the annual crop. A stability in forest lands is presented, rather an increase, as we might say. But regarding sloping lands, you see 2 important decreases. The one is the decrease in cotton, which used to be cultivated in 1.4 million stramas, and now it's about 700,000 stramas. And durum wheat, which is cultivated to 1.5 million stramas from 2.5 that it used to be. Such an abandonment, thankfully, is not only about Trikala and Karditsa, it's about Larissa and Magnesia. And I will focus on Larissa to show you this huge decrease in wheat and how there is a reduction and a desertification. In Larissa, from 650,000, we have lost 540 million stremas. This is evidence from 2018. These 440,000 stremas lost. Out of these, 100,000 stremas were covered by alfalfa and other similar crops. But the rest were rotated to non-irrigated crops. And if someone argues that cotton is an actual threat, rest assured that if there is no cotton, there is no other irrigated crop. So it's not cotton that is our threat, rather the lack in the water supply. Also, a lack in wheat performance happens due to the transfer of the wheat crops to other field crops. So we are talking about desertification, specifically in sloping lands of eastern Thessaly and namely Larissa and Magnesia, the most part. And desertification is a threat that will turn 30% of the Greek territory to wasteland. In 2001, the desertification committee, raised this issue, and efforts to tackle this issue was based on lots of funded programs. Up to this point, we have lost another 4 million stremas, out of which 1 million is in Thessaly and eastern Thessaly plain in particular. The organic substances of soil are of vital importance, and unfortunately we have noticed that fertilizers have not led to the principle of replenishment, because fertilizers do not remain in the soil for the next crops. Now, according to FAO, for the whole planet and for 16 billion stremas, the reduction of organic substance is 1% annually. The same goes in the EU. We have a reduction of the organic substance by 1.3%. That is a degradation of the soil due to monoculture. There are lots of factors leading to this problem, and we have studied these factors. Our results match the results of the EU regarding the winter crops, but in summer crops we lost about 2% from our soils. This degradation is a distraction. This is not evident in the short term, but in the long run. Regarding the models presented, a study started 30 years ago, and up to the present shows a steady decrease, and up to that point we will end up not having soil but actually concrete. And of course we have sloping lands of average fertility, and they reach the threshold. For example, wheat used to yield 68 euros some decades ago. The common wheat was non-evident in the scenery. Apart from these, we also have corrosion. We may lose 1 centimeter annually. This is not actually happens annually, but due to a heavy rain, 5 centimeters may also occur. But this degradation comes along with the degradation of fertility and proves why these stremas have been lost and why future stremas will be lost as well. And by also decreasing productivity, you see that the income also decreases and we move towards a total desertification. Now, proposals. So I'm out of time, so what? No proposals? Now, we all know the three-folded proposal: a green manure with faboide, fallow with faboide, and introduction of multi-annual crops. It has been proven that green manure greatly improves soil, and I promise you that half of the lost stremas can be restored. It might cost, but we must address this issue. Aromatic plants, pharmaceuticals are also an important solution. This is a nice picture. You see, I use Nikolaos, and there is still a crop. This crop, towards the upper part, has been abandoned. There is wheat, and rain is long awaited in order to have a complete green picture. On the other side, there is a multi-annual crop, which will never be corroded. Apart from water savings and reduction in the nitro pollution, we will also have an increase in soil fertility. There have been studies according to which if we replace current crops with the ones proposed, at the least we will have 5 or 8% growth. There needs to be also an upgrade of the soil map, an update and implementation of the action plan. We need to solve the water problem, which is really evident in Thessaly, and the ministry and local bodies also need to be part of the solution. Thank you very much.